Let's get a little bit crazy, because gaming should be fun. Because your life goes by fast enough. Why not slow the pace with Mist Valley Gaming?
Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle.
Welcome to my Conan server. Welcome to Beggar's End. Alright people, welcome. Excuse me, welcome to Mist Valley Gaming. And welcome to my current Conan Exiles server. So, this is called Beggar's End, is my my server. And me and Trent set this up, man. We took about 3.5 hours to get this figured out until we actually could jump into the game. So we're just jumping in for the first time here. You're like, Dread, you've got some clothing on when you. Yeah, you know what? My server, my rules. I'm putting some clothes on my chick that I want her to have. Da 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 da. That's it. Don't care. So this is Dia. Dia used to be Jebediah, but something happened, and now he's not like he used to be.
Behold, behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways lie the wild places of the world, where untamed savages make endless war upon each other.
This is a PvE server.
You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved.
So if you're looking for PvP, you're not looking for this one.
Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
And eventually, if somebody else wants to jump on this server and play with me or just play on my server, just go to be a Discord member. Check out Mist Valley Discord. And, you know, that way I got a way to get hold of you. Let you know the few rules there are. And that kind of thing. It's going to be a server where I'm going to be playing my character and putting out videos. So I don't want... I don't know. I don't want a-holes, because most of us are good people, but occasionally we get into groups of people who are just jerkesteins, And yeah. That's not cool. That's not cool. But you can join up with a bunch of buddies and play, or you join up alone and play. You join up alone and come try to bump into me and have fun with me during my adventures, or you can just completely be on your own. The 10-person server, so 10 people can be on at once. I'm interested in how it plays for other people. That'll be one of the things I'll be asking someone if they jump into the server is how does it play? How, how's the response? Everything happening real all nice and quick and timely like. Server location is Oregon, over on the west coast of the USA, so that's, the closer you are to that, probably the better luck you'll have with the server. Seems to make sense.
There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun over the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair.
I could have swore I just made those. Where did they go?
And this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know
there they went.
how cursed you truly are.
Where's my journal entries? Eat, drink. Well, I'm not going to eat right now. Well, I could. I could eat some of these things. My hotbar. There you go. Got to gather plant fiber. We'll be doing that as soon as we find some more plants. Yep. Jebediah grew up in the slaver city of Sukhmet in Stygia. He worked hard as a young man, tried to keep his nose clean, and he avoided religion as he didn't tend to trust the gods to stay out of the way of mortals. He worked unloading trading caravan goods mainly, although he would occasionally take jobs as protectors for slavers and other shady sorts of people, but only when money was tight and he needed the work. In this medium-sized city in the south of Stygia, he rubbed shoulders with many peoples of neighboring countries, such as the people of Kush and Turan, all of whom had good trade relations with Stygia. He also saw many people from Shem and Keshan, but only as slaves to be sold at the slave markets. Although Jebediah worked hard, he was a dreamer. Mainly, he did his dreaming in the evenings, most of which he spent in one of the local inns, watching the dancing girls. Gods damn it all, he loved to watch the dancing girls. Made him wish that he knew how to dance, but he tripped over his own feet whenever he tried any of those fancy and delicate moves. When Jebediah was still in his mid-20s, he got involved in a bar fight. Not his first, either. As I stated before, he tried hard to keep his nose clean, but when trouble would come and a bar fight would break out where he was, he didn't run away from it. He'd happily smash a flagon over someone's head or help himself to a chair and break it over somebody's upper back. He'd even trade a few fists with somebody, especially if they were smaller than he was. Well, this bar fight, it was different. He actually got himself hurt, broke his leg, in fact. A healer managed to set it for him the next day, but he couldn't walk, and he certainly could not work. Quickly ran out of money, so he found himself sitting on the corners of streets, his broken and splintered legs splayed out in front of him, begging for coins so he could eat. One evening, after he had managed to collect enough coins to hobble his way, leaning on a homemade staff for support over to a food stall, he got himself some bread stuffed with meats and cheese, and wrapping it up in his clothing, he limped and gimped his way to a dark alley and slumped down with his back against the wall. Here he would eat in peace. And a few yards deeper in was a place where there's a little bit of straw and some broken boxes, what he liked to think of as his bed. A place to spend through the night, if the rats would let you sleep, that is. Now, halfway through his meal, a dark figure burst around the corner and into the alleyway, looking over their shoulder behind them for pursuit. The figure was in a dark robe that fell all the way to the ground, and with a huge hood pulled low over their head, too. Jebediah could not even fathom how they could run in those robes without tripping. No sooner had he thought that than they tripped and fell over his outstretched injured leg, crashing to the ground. They got up in a hurry, glanced back again, cursed under their breath, and took off running, right down to the end of the alley where they made a truly amazing leap and grabbed the high wall at the end of the alley and scooted up and over, lost to sight. Jebediah grabbed at his injured leg, cursing under his own breath as he felt waves of pain from the jarring he had taken from the mysterious stranger. Rubbing his upper thigh carefully with both hands, he glanced over, and he saw something laying on the ground, right near where the stranger had fallen. Something that glinted, it caught his eye. Was that gold? He crawled his way over to it, it wasn't that far from him, and he reached out and he picked up the item. Glancing both directions, he hid it within his clothing, then grabbed his staff and slowly leveraged himself up to his feet. He needed better light to see this by, but not so much light as to let anybody else see it. He hobbled slowly back towards the alley entranceway, stopping a few feet short of the street. Nobody was passing by, so it was time to grab a quick look. He removed it from the folds of his dirty clothing and he took a look at it. What he held in his hands appeared to be a necklace of some value. It was a thin golden chain, and he brought it up to his teeth. Definitely real gold and very likely worth something. At the end of the chain was a medallion or something. He turned it over in his hands, pondering its odd shape. It seemed to be in the shape of... He held it up a bit so as to better let it catch some light. A feminine feature, a feminine figure, greeted his eyes. The medallion, if that's what it was shaped as a female figure. One leg bent at the knee with the knee up, both arms crossed over its head, crossed at the wrists. It seemed to be made of some sort of gray metal, possibly worthless as far as price, but the outlines of it, the edges of the shape were all of worked gold. Suddenly, Jebediah heard Ray's voices drawing near, and he barely had time to shove the item back into the folds of his clothing before a group of armed men came around the corner. They all had curved swords in their hands. They were wearing white puffy pants and black sandals, no shirts. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and the last one was a woman. An attractive one, what with her not wearing a top, and Jebediah found himself staring at her. The men were of different skin colors, ranging from pale to dark, while the woman looked like she could be from Darfur or somewhere in the area. One of the men in the lead grabbed him by the front of his clothing and slammed him against the wall, causing him to drop his staff. Jebediah felt the chain and amulet. He guessed he was describing as an amulet now. He felt them slide around in his clothing, and he stopped breathing for a moment, holding his breath, fearing the amulet and the chain would pop out and be seen and get taken from him. "Beggar," said the man, grabbing him, leaning his face close to his. "Did you see someone in a hooded robe come this way?" He nodded his head. "Yes, of course, sir," he said. "They went down the alley here and leaped up and over the wall at the end." The man let go of him and turned back to his compatriots. "You four, go down here and stay on the trail," he said. "We other three will go around to cut them off." With that, they split up, 3 continuing down the street, while the last 4 went down the alley. As the dark-skinned woman went by him, she stopped and bent down and picked up his wooden crutch, handing it to him. "You are smarter than you look," she said softly, then smiled a smile that showed off her sharpened teeth as she patted him on one cheek with her open hand, then moved down the alleyway to catch up with the others. He watched for a few moments as the 4 helped each other to climb up the high wall at the alley's end, and up and over they all eventually went. Even with 2 good legs, he doubted he ever could have climbed that wall. Who were these people? Jebediah swiftly removed the amulet and chain from his clothing. It clearly wasn't safe for him to stay here. He should move away, and maybe tomorrow we could find somebody to sell the amulet to. He slipped the chain over his head and tucked the amulet away under his clothing, letting it rest against his chest. Instantly came the searing heat, rushing through his entire body like a fiery caravan of demonic camels. He opened his mouth to scream, but no sound came out. Then came the shrieking, a high-pitched noise that threatened to burst open his head. He clamped both hands to his ears as hard as he could, but nothing helped. Added on top of all of this were the flashing images in his head. Images of sandstorms and fearsome creatures and naked women and spells and black magic and demons, and they just went on and on and on, coming to him faster and faster and faster. Without even being able to think about it, with his hands still clamped over his ears, blind to what was going on around him and seeing only the flashing images, Jebediah began to run. He ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he didn't even think about his injured leg. He couldn't think, couldn't see, couldn't hear, could barely even breathe. All he knew was the intense madness in his head, the heat, the shrieking, and the flashing evil images, and he ran and ran and ran until suddenly, finally, everything stopped. And Jebediah stopped running, took his hands down from his ears, and opened up his eyes. He was leaning against a wall in what must be another part of the city. He could see a big city entrance not far away, the big open gates, people pouring through it, but it didn't look familiar to him. Where was he? He was clad in different clothes than he had been. What sort of evil magic was this? Wait, how had he been running on a broken leg? That was when his eyes went very wide open and his mouth dropped agape as well, as Jebediah realized that some sort of magic had indeed befell him. Jebediah no longer had a broken leg. Indeed, Jebediah's leg was infinitely more shapely than it had been but a few moments before. He was wearing a long dark robe. It had a hood to it, but he did not have it up. And he felt around. Yes, he was definitely in the body of a woman. He leaned back against the wall, trembling, his heart racing. His heart? Was it his heart, or was it somebody else's heart? So confusing. His new long blonde hair fell over his face, and he brushed it away, feeling a little ill. Maybe, was it the amulet that had done this? Of course! He reached down the front of his robe and got distracted by the breasts under his hands. After a few moments to orient himself, he continued on his search, that search growing more animated and frantic as he belatedly realized he could not find the amulet. Where had it gone? He must have made a strange sight leaning against a wall in this city, a good-looking female in a long dark robe, appearing to be playing with her breast with both hands. It was no wonder when a beggar type wandered over, licking his lips, trying to get the attention of this strange woman. But as Jebediah patted around under the robe, feeling nothing but skin and flesh that were not his, as his heart rate went up and his panic level too, so too did a strange heat begin radiating from his chest outward, and it quickly affected his mind. And when Jebediah looked up to see the leering beggar in front of him, reaching out a grimy hand towards him, Jebediah saw nothing but one of his pursuers in their white puffy pants with their curved swords. They must not take my amulet, Jebediah shouted to himself within his own head, and he reached out and grabbed the beggar around the neck and twisted until he heard the neck snap. A few moments later, the authorities found the strange woman still leaning against a wall and muttering to herself, some foreigner who had just killed a defenseless beggar in cold blood. And so she was marched off to prison and booked there under the name Dia, as that was what they thought she said her name was when asked. Within a few days, a judge called Dia before himself and asked how she had come to be in the city of Cordova, the capital city of the Zengara nation. Jebediah had already figured out that he, or was it she, that they weren't in Stygia anymore. But how the hell did they manage to run all the way from southern Stygia to western Zingara? In the end, the man who now appeared to be a woman could give no good answers to the judge, and so they were sentenced as a foreign spy and assassin to be transported to another place and there be hung upon a cross until dead for the crimes of murdering a defenseless citizen of Zingara, as well as for the crimes of spying and fondling oneself in public. I don't know what my character's got for armor. Armor is 25, so we're not overpowered here by any means. We're a little bit better than we would be with clothes, but not much. These are clothing after all. These are not really armor. But don't you could say I'm cheating, but no, I'm just taking advantage of the fact that it's my damn server. I paid for it. That kind of thing. It is what it is. So I've got this server as long as things go well for at least the next year. So, that'll remain open for people who want to jump in at some point. Try out Conan. I will let you know I do have 9 mods running, and you will need to have those mods downloaded and active in order to get on the server. Attempting to do so without will not work. That's just this is the mods I play with. And if you're going to be on my server, it will be the mods you play with as well. When you're downloading them, have a read of them. As you're downloading them, figure out what they're for. You can either use them or ignore them. Well, most of them you can ignore, but some of them you can't. But it's all good. It's all good, buddies. Conan, I'm happy to branch out and share the experience with others. Try to get more people involved, maybe wanting to play it, who maybe didn't before, that kind of thing. It's not a scary game. It is very much a game where you're going to have to Google a lot of things if you're not hanging out with someone who really knows the game well. By knows the game well, I don't mean me. I only know the first part of the game well. You'll be Googling a lot of things, like how do you make this? Where do you go for this? How do you find this? Where do I get the best thrall? How do I do this? How do I do that? A whole lot of Googling. But there is a lot of info out there, and most of it's good info. So, and most of the people, who play Conan are good people who will help you out. And if you meet anybody who's not of that sort, just give them the finger, wipe your shoes, and move on. You'll find plenty good people out there, don't worry. Really hoping I can run over and punch that thing. I don't think so. I get the plant fiber I needed yet? There we go. Next journey step, craft and wear clothing. Done. Next journey step, spend some attribute points. I don't want to. But I might. We'll see. Making me decide things this early game? How dare you? Alright, level 4 already. Guess we should discuss our character here a little bit. Hello. There she is. That's Dia. She looks much different than she did when she was Jebediah. But you can see all that backstory, well, in the backstory that I have.
Gods curse this
And it might also
sandstorm.
explain why I
We were
called
forced to
this
take
Beggar's
refuge
Edge.
before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary
Don't be
weapons
scared,
and
men.
torches
Don't be
from
scared.
the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the
Dragons.
axe.
Fire beasts. Demon hell camels. Come on, there's a few. Okay. Picking up some sticks. Sticks are delicious. No, they're not. Don't eat sticks, kids. I know. You said that guy in the street got really mad at me and said, you need a bag of sticks. That's not actually what he said, kids. It wasn't meaning you need a bag of sticks. It really wasn't. In fact, previous to yelling at you, he was driving around in a van tempting kids to come in and eat candy. So, don't listen to him. I'm just saying, don't. Just don't do it. Probably lived down by the river in his van, too. In a van. Down by the river. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. Grabbing some sticks and some bushes. I'm not grabbing the bush. I'm ripping the bush up and putting it in my apparently very large pockets. I only noticed Dia has some very, very large pockets. Yes. You're welcome. The great thing about one of my mods here is that when you start the game, very, very detailed character creation. Customer creation. Just create yourself some customers. You don't even need a product to sell. It's great. I believe that's the improved quality of life that does that. Very nice mod. Very nice indeed. I appreciate it. I really, really do. I was mentioning, it seemed like I looked up from what I was doing with trying to set up this Conan server, and it's like I looked up and it was like, oh my gosh, it's an Oblivion party online. Everybody's talking about buying and playing Oblivion remastered. It's like, wow, that hit a lot bigger than I expected. Maybe it's because I've never played Oblivion, although I do own it. I was planning on playing it modded, but I guess now I'm going to have to scrap that idea and see what mods come up for the remaster. In fact, even though I'm probably not going to be playing Oblivion in the near future, because I'm quite busy, I probably am going to pick it up pretty soon. Because, I mean, it might come on sale in a while, but I don't know. Spend attribute points. Gosh darn it, maybe I will. Expertise is really, really good. Also has maximum weight. That's something we definitely need. Health pool is also good. And some knowledge points. I feel so full of knowledge, so knowledgeful of I am. Yes, I am. There's some free unlocks here. We'll snag those. And more here. We've got 0 available. Anyways, of course, there's nothing more. There's 0 available. Alrighty. Good chat, Dread. Good effing chat. So this server does have full nudity. You don't have to be naked, but I mean, I'm just telling you. So if you want to be involved in the server, you are going to need to be 19 or over, please. Does that mean my videos are going to be full of nudity? Not necessarily. Nope. Not necessarily at all. But possibility is there. Because life, people, life has nudity in it. Hate to tell you, but it does. Life is messy. A PB and J sandwich. That's what I'm told. Never had one, but that's what I've been told. Life is just like that. Yes, I haven't really lived. Okay, we gotta get moving. We're having a fun old time down here, but we should get moving. Okay, gather stones, we got that one done. Gather branches, you gotta be kidding me. We just did that. I gotta gather more branches now because you told me to. After I've gathered branches forever. Forever and ever, amen. Branches. There was a lot of them around, but then I picked them all up. Yay! Now what? Craft a stone pick? Gladly. Cool. Harvest stone with your pick. Okay, yeah. Thanks. People, here we go. Dooby-doo, up. We head up here? Yay, next journey step. Craft a stone weapon. Gladly. Daggers, please. Craft a bedroll. Slice the bedroll. Back up. Slay an enemy, and then get some rough wraps and heal myself. Rough wraps. Oh, enemy. Hello, enemy. Hello. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my God. What is going on with the camera here? What the fuck? Something's going on here. I'm climbing. Hey, I got locked into something there that I did not like. I think I got locked on is what happened. That didn't help me at all. Rough wraps, please. Heal yourself. Boy, we were nearly done for on that one. I'm surprised we didn't die, actually. Like I say, I think I fat fingered something and got completely messed up. Okay. We don't need that. Sure. I need a torch here too. Get a little bit dark. Okay. Yep. That's more of this because I think I've gotten rid of some of it. Yep. What else we got here? Harvest meat from a corpse. Well, that's gonna be a little bit tough. We'll try. What was the next thing? Refill my water skin. Okay. You're still alive. Going the wrong way? Sure am. Sure am. This torch ain't gonna last too much longer. You coming through, little ones? Have to repair the torch in a moment. Cool. Did we finish our journey steps? Access or place a campfire. Well, hello.
Another new one, eh?
Learn that
I
emote.
smell it. In the beginning, there were only a few of us. But now, it seems like fresh-faced fools are showing up every week. Not all of them are as friendly as I am, mind you.
Uh-huh.
Watch your step. There's a lot of desperate people out there.
Yeah. Guess you can call me Dia, and I'm one of those desperate people, trust me.
Bracelets. You can't remove them. Saw one fool cut his arm clean off trying to get rid of it. He bled to death right there in the sand. Nasty business. Leave it on. You'll start to hear the voices soon enough, and
Oh, no.
then you'll start seeing the ghosts.
Oh, boy.
I don't think the voices are for us. Not for us here and now. I think they were talking to somebody else. Back then. Wherever it was.
You know a lot about this place.
Whenever it was. Those pillars keep us confined here. Some call it the curse wall, or the ghost fence, or just the boundary. Doesn't really matter what it's called, does it? I walked all the way around it once. Had to be careful not to cross it, of course. Once in the north, I saw a few people on the other side, wearing bracelets just like ours, with gems of amber. Makes you wonder. I'm no scholar, but I've met a few who passed through. They all have mad theories about what the ruins scattered around here are. Lemurians, giant kings, Kari, Pelusian serpent men. Do those names mean anything to you?
Sure.
Never mind.
Heard all the stories.
It's my experience that men who have their minds in the past get eaten by crocodiles in the present.
Oh,
In the beginning, there were only a few of us.
all right. You're repeating yourself
Now,
now.
it seems like fresh-faced fools are showing up every week.
Okay.
All of them as friendly as I am.
So we need our hair getting a greenish tinge. It sort of does look that way in the light. Oh well. You can fix that later. Campfire. Okay. Cook raw meat. Do I have raw meat? I do. Ooh, Eyes of Innocence. Cool. What now? Eat cooked meal. Sure. And we get our reward. Don't open that because it'll be really heavy if you open it. Here's a hint, it's building supplies. So wait till you're gonna build and then open. Alright, what are we gonna do? Great question. Use a crafty stone hatchet. Chop a tree, I bet. Let's repair this torch. While we're doing that, We'll craft a construction hammer as well. Construction hammer. There. Build a foundation, build a wall, yada yada yada. Okay. So we'll do it out of stone. We'll build a foundation. We'll build a wall and a door frame. We use the building piece picker thing. I had to build more walls first. I'll build a ceiling. Ceiling. Build a door. What if I don't want to? I need some twine. Access or place a wooden box. Wooden box goes here. Need a lot of wood and some more twine. Get ourselves a bunch of wood. So I aim to not let people join the server until I've been here for a little bit, just to give myself a head start. Because other people will jump into this game and they'll play like 100 hours in a week. And I'll play like 5 hours in a week because I'm so busy playing everything else as well, for all my channels and stuff. So I kind of need to get a little bit of a head start. Trust me. Jump in this, you will catch up to me very, very quickly. My little mini house. Not very big, is it? No, it's not. I need some more stone, too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. We'll do that. little place. It's not much. It's pretty humble. Okay, we probably don't have enough to make a box now, do we? No. Because we need more twine. Here's a box so we can put things in. You obstructed. What are you talking about, game? Yeah, we'll put it there then. Either way. I think we gotta put something in the box. Makes the game happy. A happy game is something, something, something. Most of this crap. Not really needed. Okay. Leave that stuff here. And, yeah. Another reward for that. And warrior. Craft stone club, target lock an enemy. Oh, all this stuff. So trying to do all this. It really is. Happy target lock, yeah. More stone. That, repair that. We'll make that. What was the target lock button again? You? Yeah, which was it? You. Well, I already did that by accident. Does that count? This crocodile's going nuts down here. How dare you hit me? Alright. Next up here, perform a heavy attack. Right click. Okay, yeah. We doing that on? I don't know. Good question. We gotta find somebody. Also, before we do that, we should probably spend some points. Some attribute points. And some knowledge points would be good too. Nine points left to spend. You can tell with our little tiny hut there, we're not making any kind of permanent base there. Just what it is. Four left. All these things are free. One of my mods. Okay. Still got 4 left. We're gonna have to save those. And yeah. Also go and put down the bedroll. Probably just a good idea. Let's say view obstructed. Well, that's just dumb. I'll put it here. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna bother these people over here. It's might not be a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. Hoping our neighbors here have a cup of sugar we can borrow. I was gonna say double beheading, but we just got 2 with one shot. It wasn't all beheadings. All right, what else we gotta do on our journey steps? Trap the shield, block an attack. Okay. Go in here and hide tools and hide weapons. Thank you. Same with the thralls. Yeah. Cool. So block an attack. Done that already, apparently. Oh. Hey, stone pike can apply cripple. Yeah. Stone pike. A tab, didn't it? Right click. Nothing to see here. Do. Yep. Cool. Did we finish that? Apply cripple. Cripple didn't work. It's just death. It wasn't really cripple. Cripple there either? I don't know, that bunny looked pretty crippled. Oh. Jammed up on them. I think I got crippled. Yeah. damage, but we're okay. Let's grab these eggs while we're here. And bandage up. And claim our reward. Excellent. You know, I could have swore. Oh, I forgot to save. That's better. Now it'll work. Okay. My fault. My fault. You just go in that way? Almost. Let's see what we can do here. Let's leave this stuff here. That stuff needs to get cooked. This over here and that over there. We'll throw this here for now because we don't currently have a bow yet. The stuff in here with this. Oh. Cook this stuff up. And I think that's going to be it for our first adventure here. Good enough. I don't want to push these episodes too long. I'm not necessarily going to put out every episode where it's going to be like this, where it's just Let's Play and I just run straight time. Sometimes I'll take what happens and I'll chop it up and just show some highlights. It just depends on my mood, I guess. And early in the game, though, I want to show everything. Show you what the server's like. It's a server. I didn't really mess with any sliders or do anything really at all. Too much, but I might going forward. Who knows? We'll see. So from my server here at Mist Valley Mods, playing some modded Conan on the Beggar's End server. Trent and I would like to say hello to all our new viewers. Trent is the evil monkey who lives in my head. And I'm probably the evil human who lives in his head, but I don't really know. I don't want to ask him. So, everybody, from Mist Valley Mods, once again, my name is Dread. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.